Hey, Kev, it's time to record a new Smodcast.
Fuck off. I'm listening to one of the other great shows on the Smodcast Podcast Network. Scott?
There's so many to choose from.
You damn skippy, there's so many to choose from. I'm on 5 every week myself, man. Hollywood Babylon on Monday, Smodcast with you on Tuesday, Jay and Silent Bob Get Old on Wednesday with Jay Muse, Fat Man on Batman every Thursday, and then I wrap up the week with Edumacation with Andy McElfresh.
There's so many to choose from.
Hell yeah, son, and those aren't the only podcasts. Those are just the ones I'm involved with. What about the podcasts of Smodco that don't feature me, man? Like Tell 'em Steve Dave, Last Week on Earth with Ben Glebe, I Sell Comics with Ming and Mike.
There's so many to choose from.
Hey, man, there's also Film School Fridays or Netheads or Get Up on This, Team Jack.
There's so many to choose from.
The Breaks, man. Waking from the American Dream. Bagged and Boarded. Phoebe. Soundbite Nation. These are all the shows you could be listening to over at smodcast.com, Scott.
There's so many to choose from.
And if audio's not enough for you, man, if you're just like, no, I want the thick dick of video as well, man, well, you can go to our YouTube channel, which is C-Smod, or you can watch Comic Book Men, our show on AMC, following The Walking Dead and The Talking Dead every Sunday night.
There's so many to choose from.
That's right, Scott. There are so many to choose from. So get choosing, kids. Go to smodcast.com. Start getting picky, man. Stick these sweet, sweet oral sounds into your ear pussies.
There's so many to choose from.
You said that already.
There's so many to choose from.
I'm so misunderstood, but yet I'm so positive.
I'm so positive, but still I'm misunderstood.
See, that was a little bit of me talking a little redneck comes out when I speaks about it, I say. Tell him, Steve Dave.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave. Once again, Q-less. What's going on here?
TV star.
TV star.
Too many demands. Too many plates are spinning.
He's serving too many masters. He also has another podcast that he does weekly now.
Yeah, so it's taking precedent, you feel?
He hasn't missed any of them.
Granted, though, I mean, isn't it a lot easier to
do it in your house?
To sit down and do it with Sal, who's not over an hour and 20 minutes away?
I'd say so.
You know, battling that fucking hellish traffic that I saw.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. I mean, people really have to appreciate. Tell 'em Steve Dave would appreciate it a little bit more if they realized what Q has to go through to get here and do it.
Yeah, and then once, I mean, there are many times like he tells me what his day is, and then he's coming down here, and then he has to drive all the way back home afterwards. For you and I, it's like 15 minutes to get home. For him, It's easily an hour and 15 minutes. But he's so committed to his to the What Say You pod that I guess Sal went to the emergency room the other day with migraine, and Quinn took him, and they did a little 25-minute pod. I guess they were supposed to record that day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So
did you listen to it?
I did. Yeah, I've listened to all of them so far.
Good?
Yeah, I like them. They're pretty good.
Is he saving? Is he not telling me? Please don't tell me he's saving A-list material for.
He's not pulling any Y-Bry stuff on you.
What do you mean?
Because you always accuse me of like holding back the best stories.
Well, yeah. I mean, you really can't get too on him. It's not like you don't have a second pod that you go to.
Yeah.
Right.
Not weekly though. I never miss this for that. It was my first love.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
But Q, what's Q's dynamic on the What Say You pod? Because here he's Don Juan, he's New York. What's it called? What's the?
New York sexy.
Yeah. Is it the same?
Nah, he's not really. I think mostly he has that rep here because you and I have fostered that for 3 years.
It's not a bad rep to have, is
No,
it? I mean, people would kill for that rep.
Could be my rep.
Well,
could be a lot worse.
I guess it could. Oh, yeah. I thought you meant that could be your rep if we cultivate it.
No. He could have my rep. No, I would never think.
Yeah, I mean, people should be so lucky to have his rep.
Yeah.
But he's not using that. It's a different cue on that.
It doesn't sound like it. It sounds also like it's more geared toward guests. Like they had a guest from a TV show the other day. I can't remember the Benjamin Booker. I can't remember his name. They're getting in charge. Getting in touch with a porn star. They're gonna have a porn star on.
He's getting to do all the stuff that we wouldn't let him do on Tell 'em Steve Dave. Yeah,
we wouldn't really want to have a porn star on.
No.
Tell 'em Steve Dave.
No, that's good. He needs another outlet.
But yeah, he doesn't really. He doesn't exercise the sexy rep nearly as much. I don't think. Or at all, really. Yeah. Or at all, yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess he wants to give the listeners the other side.
The softer side.
The cooler side of the pillow.
So you were fucking... I'm surprised you're here today, actually. After you rocked all night long last night. I didn't think you'd even come to work.
We actually got home late, man.
Did you?
Yeah, we got home around 1 o'clock in the morning from the Paramore concert. Paramore?
Paramore.
And I don't know if anybody was on the edge of their seats or wondering if I was, going to be able to use my quote-unquote comic book man mojo to get backstage. I did get backstage, but not because I was a comic book man.
Had nothing to do with your mojo?
No, actually, my friend Mark, who's started working here recently, he knows somebody who's involved with a local newspaper on the East Coast called The Aquarian. He publishes that. It's like a rock newspaper that's been around, I think, for quite some time. Yeah. He made a few calls, got me backstage for my daughter to meet Paramore, which I wasn't going to tell him, but he knew. He moved a lot of he moved to heaven and earth to get it done. Like it was the last minute, and he told me a couple of days ago that I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. And I never told my daughter. I don't want her to to get her hopes up and then be dashed.
Of course,
so she had no idea.
Even as it's happening, I'm sure you're like, this could go wrong at any second. Oh,
yes, I kept trying to warn her. that. So Mark tells me you got to go up to Will Call and give your name. And he goes, and if anything happens, if your name's not on there, call me immediately. So I go up to Will Call. I'll give you one guess if my name was on there.
Well, I think we know where this is heading.
Yeah, it wasn't on there. So what I told my daughter was that I told her, it's like, we have to turn in our paper tickets, like we printed on the internet, for real tickets, for like real tickets. That's how they do it here. So why she was wondering why we're going up to the ticket booth if we already have tickets.
Right.
And so I told her that just because I still didn't know what to do, if to tell her or anything. And
you want to wait till the last part?
Yes.
You want to wait till you're actually in there and seeing them before you're like, surprise.
Yeah. So when they say that we have no record of your name, there's nothing, and are you here to pick up tickets? I was like, no. And she's like, do you have tickets? I was like, I think I have tickets. And then she looked at them, and she said they weren't tickets.
Get out of here.
Yeah, she said they weren't tickets, and that made my daughter's like,
you fucking idiot.
Her world was crashing. I could see it, and I told her, I was like, look, I go, these are tickets. I don't know what she's saying. These are definitely tickets.
Right.
She's misunderstood. It's a misunderstanding, I'm saying. So, but I was so polite and everything. I was like, look, I said, I'm gonna get out of line. So I'm gonna make a call. I said, because I think I'm confusing you. And as I go to make a call, there's a Madison Square Garden security guard picks up his cell phone and clicks it at me and then puts it away. Now, I noticed him. I thought he was. I looked behind me because I'm like, obviously, because I didn't think he was clicking it at me. And I saw, but then when I realized he was clicking me. I walked over to him. I was like, okay,
right.
I'm going to try it.
Here's my in.
I'm going to try for the one time. I'm going to be like, can I? Let's see if this will work.
Mojo activate.
And I go, hey, man. I go, can you tell me? I'm looking for... and he cuts me off and he goes, I watch your show, he goes. I was just like, oh, and I was like, oh, great, thank you.
You don't say.
Yeah, and then I'm like buttering his balls, and then I'm like, oh, that's awesome, man. Glad to hear you like it. And he goes, yeah, I collect hockey masks, and I'm like, oh, I'm so interested. I'm like, oh, really? Oh, yeah, what kind you got? And blah blah blah. Just to like, I'm trying my best. Remember, if you listen to the Fiasco Pod, when I try too hard to be personable, I become robotic. So basically, I'm going into my danger, Will Robinson, as I'm definitely trying too hard.
It's like Polar Express when they try to make the cartoons look too human. You're like, ew! It's trying to be real.
So I'm really trying to connect with this guy, and I ask him, I go, do you know anything about... Because Mark had told me that I was going to get in with the fan club of Paramore. There was a fan club meet and greet, and I would be involved in that. I said, do you know where the fan club of the Paramore band is going to be? He goes, it's going to be right here, he goes. It's like, awesome. So
it's not exactly backstage then, right? It's kind of in front of the ticket booth?
It's in front of the ticket booth. That's where they're going to meet, though, and then be brought downstairs.
Oh, okay.
But he doesn't know I don't have a ticket, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's two other girls there at this point, two young girls, like 16, 17, 18 at the oldest.
Hot.
No. And so we go over and wait, and I said, okay, I'm going to have to tell you what's going on now. I said, I'm trying to get you backstage to meet the band. I said, Mark has a friend. We're trying to do this. And she's like, are we just going, if we get backstage, does that mean we're not going to see the concert? She goes, and I go, no. She goes, well, what about the tickets thing? I go, yeah. We're definitely getting in. We got tickets. I said, there's no doubt about it. I said, these are tickets. She's, oh, okay. So then she starts to get really nervous, and I'm like, you can't be. I go, I don't know if it's going to happen. So Mark is pulling me back and forth, and one of the girls in the fan club hears me talking, and she comes over and she says to Alicia, she goes, if your dad can't get you in, she goes, I'm here by myself, and this meet and greet allows me to bring somebody in. She goes, you can come in. So I wasn't about to be like, well, wait a minute, Alicia, Mark's going to get us in.
Right.
I was like, absolutely, positively. I said, yeah. I go, you're so kind. I was so thank you. So I'm like, I know. Like, it looks really good. We're going to get in.
So what you're saying is you need my help finding your daughter because you haven't seen her since last night.
Well, so somebody, but then Mark calls and says, hey, man, you're good. The guy who's handling the fan club knows who you are. He's going to come down here. He's going to let you in. You're getting in. Don't worry about it. I was like, okay. I don't tell him any of the other stuff that, I may have already gotten in already. So the guy comes down. The girl remembers, because she had been then talking to other girls, but she remembered that she told Alicia that she was going to get her in. Really nice of her. She said, I'm going to bring this little girl in right here. And the guy was like, okay, he gives her a wristband, and then they start to go in, and I have to run up to that guy and be like, I go, I need to go in with them. I said, because that's my daughter. I can't let her go in. I just can't have her not go in if I'm not there. And he looks at me and winks. He goes, that's okay, Dad. You're good. I thought that meant this was the guy then.
Right.
Like that. This is the guy Mark sent for me. So we get down, we're going into the bowels of the garden, and she's definitely shaking. So it was cool. It was she was really nervous and really excited.
She's like, I cannot believe this is happening.
Yeah, she's like, you know how I looked when I met the Devils?
Right.
On the comic book men?
That was you?
She was really legitimate though.
Her acting chops aren't that
good. Yeah, she was so nervous and shaking and not being able to look and even finish his sentences without starting another sentence. They bring us into the room, and there's only 15 girls. There's no boys at this thing either.
Right.
It's a girl. This is definitely a girl-centric band. For every 10 people, 9 are girls, I think, that are in the garden for this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all these young. Alicia's definitely the youngest and the shortest, so she looks definitely like the youngest kid there.
She's 10, right?
Yeah.
10? Yeah.
Very cold and clinical kind of meet and greet.
Really?
Yeah, which is cool. I'm not saying that is not.
Was it the whole band or was it just the girl?
It was the whole band.
Yeah.
But that is not. That is not a slam. That is not a complaint. I'm just because I know what it's like when we have them here.
Right.
And they did it better. They do it better because they get people in, they get people out. because they got so many people to see.
Right.
They're doing radio contests. They're meeting fan clubs. They got so many people. So they got this down pat. And when I say cold and clinical, that's a little bit too harsh. But it's in. You get in. They have something they sign, and they get its picture, and you're gone. I'm trying to stay out of the way in the room. And the band comes in, and everybody in the room is just like, there's electricity in the room, because the band is in the room,
Now, at this point, are you easily twice as old as the second oldest person? Yeah,
I'm the oldest person in the room, I think, because even their handlers are young, and everybody in the room is 20 years my junior, and I kind of unrecognizable. There was a comic book band in the room the whole time, and nobody cared.
Are you sure that's not where the electricity was stemming from?
No, I didn't say that.
You're like Tesla over there.
I'm just out of the way, and I keep getting these texts from Mark going like, "Are you in? Are you backstage? Are you in?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm here. Thank you, man. So great. You're awesome. I can't thank you enough. My daughter's so happy. I owe you a lot." Because I'm not going to get into it. You know how, and I don't know if you notice when I text you, a lot of times you have to decipher because I'm being auto-changed constantly, and I've given up.
Right. So there was some kind of software update where no autocorrect. I'm like, what is going on? What is he saying?
And I don't even correct it. I'm like, let him figure it out. Because it's just too much effort for me to go back in. So there's no way am I going to explain to Mark over a text that I got in, and I'm not going to tell that to him. I'm not going to do that to him. I'm not going to be like, hey, I got in. I didn't need you. That's because, he was so awesome and he was so excited, genuinely excited that my daughter was going to get in.
He was able to help you out.
Yeah. So there's no need for me to say anything other than like, you got me in, you know. I'm not going to say, anything. But he keeps texting and calling and I can't pick up. And then finally I see like, hey man, the garden is going crazy because no one can find you. And he said that, they goes, I got the head of security looking for you right now because they can't confirm you're ever in the room. Because I didn't go in and I never met the person.
Officially check in, and the guy was like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Yeah,
that's so weird too, right?
And this is what blows my daughter's mind, and like she couldn't stop saying it over and over again, and tells you the kind of mindset of 11-year-old, 10-year-old who just has never been involved in this sort of thing. As God is my witness, she's the second in line to get a picture. Because they go through they go through the line twice, the band. Once they sign something and give you a high five, then they go back the other way and they get pictures.
Okay.
First off, the guy who's taking the picture is their handler. He starts questioning me, like, how do you work this? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how to do it.
The one guy.
The technology is beyond me. Like, she has an iPod that takes pictures. And I'm like, I don't know how to work it. I go, I don't know. And he's like, and I'm thinking that, like, they're going to kick me out. And they're like, well, if you figure it out and, go to the back of the line. And I'm like, I go to Alicia real quick. I'm like, please, just get this iPod work. I don't know how to work it.
He's like, how do you work your... I thought he was asking, how do I work his own camera?
No, it was like we have to have your own camera. You have to have your own camera and get a picture with them. And I can't get it to work. So I'm really getting fumbling and doddering.
Right.
And I look like
where's my glasses?
Where am I?
Young man.
And
like a first generation iPod trying to take a picture with it and shit.
Which I do. Yeah. And I'm like, I tell the guy, I go, initially he gives, because when Alicia goes, give him my iPod to use, because she has me holding all her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I like her jacket, her pocketbook, everything, and I'm trying to like get everything and be moved out like the cattle we are. And the guy, and then I go, give him the iPod, and I go, he wants to take a picture. I said, "You're not. Yeah, what does he want your iPod?" She goes, "My iPod does take pictures."
Idiot. Everyone's just looking at you in disgust.
So I give him the iPod, and he doesn't know how to work it, and I don't know how to work it, so I got to give it back to her. And the band's getting, and at this point, the leader of the band,
the girl Haley,
says to another handler, she looks at her phone and she goes, did anybody ever find this guy Walt? I swear to God. I look at Alicia and I smile and I go, I put my finger up to my lips and I go, and she looks at me And I go, okay. So you take the picture, we get our stuff, we get out, and she goes, was they talking about you? And I go, yeah. I go, we're not going to explain it. I go, like, we got what we needed to get. I'm not going to go back in there and say I'm Walt. I go, right now it'll serve no purpose. It'll just confuse everybody. They're going to be like, well, how'd you get in here? I go, let's just take what we got and go. And so she's like, Haley said your name. Haley said your name. She kept saying it all night. Haley said your name. And I'm like, I go, yeah, but not out of recognition. Out of recognition. Because I'm some idiot I couldn't get, that they can't find in Madison Square Garden. And
little did they know you were already there holding up the line by not being able to work an iPod.
And then Mark is like, we get out. They go. It's about an hour before the show begins. So they said, we're going to let you out. And they go, and they assume we have standing room only, like not standing room only, but like these good standing room things like right at the base of the stage.
Right.
Not our shit heel tickets that we got.
Did you get shit heel tickets?
Well, yeah, they were still $80 a pop, but like they were up there though. Like we weren't on the floor.
Right. So
I say to Alicia, I go, they think we're on the floor. I said, should I tell them we're not on the floor? And she goes, we're not on the floor. I go, I know, but for all intents and purposes, I said, they're going to let us stay right by the stage. And she goes, yeah, but look around. She goes, unless you're willing to let me stand on your shoulders, she goes, I'll never see anything if we stand here. And I go, yeah, you're right. I said, all right, so I will cop to the fact that we don't belong on the floor. Mm-hmm. So we go upstairs where we have to go. She brought a shirt was $35.
It's crazy how much tour shirts are.
A sweatshirt was $55. So she got the whole deal. She got stuff signed. She was so happy. It was our thing. And then the calls start coming in again, and Mark's going like, hey, man, she's going, I need you to confirm. He goes, don't lie to me. He goes, I know you're a nice guy. He goes, please don't tell me that you just gave up and now tell me you got in if you didn't get in. He goes, because my friend is saying that no one has seen a sight of you and he goes, and they're telling me,
he's worried.
And they're telling me that if they will come and get you wherever you're at, just tell us where you're at and they will come get you and you can go get a picture with the lead singer. And I was like, I'm not going to lie to you. I said, I'm here. I'm good. Mm-hmm. Thank you. And he told me today that, like, yeah, he said that, like, he was getting calls and texts up until, like, almost the show began. It was like, we can't find your friend, man. It's amazing, right?
It's astounding. It is astounding that they put her on it. She's about to play in front of fucking 22,000 people.
Mark told me that, like, this got up to her boyfriend. This got up to the chain, almost, and it got to her boyfriend and also got from the boyfriend's mouth into her ear, and she was, and at some point, I guess, I don't know how, but for some sort of reason, my wife was like, why on earth would she care? Mm-hmm. And I go, I have no idea.
Yeah, like, how did it get to the boyfriend? Like, who? Yeah, like, where did it start? And then to end up with Haley being like, where is this Walt guy? And your daughter being like...
the way she said it was of, like, it's like as if, like, you know, like I tripped and like spilled like wine on her or something, you know, mm-hmm. like a Jack Tripper thing. It's like, oh, what is with this? You know, like she was visibly annoyed that like, because like she had gotten it. I could see it on her phone, and she looked at it and she goes, "Can anybody tell me if this Walt guy got in?"
It's amazing.
And it was such timing, though. I know no one's going to believe that, but I looked at my daughter, and her face went like stone blind cold. Like
holy
are they talking about you?
It's as if, like, the president, like, even more impressive than the president.
Yes, if the president was annoyed at some fucking idiot who couldn't find his way and doesn't know. Because I'm telling Mark, I'm like, I don't know where I'm at. I'm going. Because I haven't been to Garden in so long.
Right.
You know, everything I do is I go to the Rock, but the Garden, I don't know where I was walking to.
So how was the show? Did you go back to your regular seats, or did you stay on the floor?
We went to our regular seats. Show begins. There's a band called Hello Goodbye who literally looks like they're 10 years old with like an 18-year-old lead singer who's singing to me what sounds like the music that like ever hear those pop music that would play on Scooby-Doo episodes when they were being chased?
Yeah, like, that's so weird you should say that. I bought the DVDs for Sage.
Right.
And it's crazy. Whenever they're getting chased, it's like, hey there, where you going?
Yes.
It's like every time. It's so weird.
But like that kind of music, like but with a little bit of a loud, harder edge. And like I brought the earbuds, the earplugs. Mm-hmm. And I put the earplugs in. And she was getting a headache too, so she actually took some earplugs. And no one's standing for the two bands that start.
Oh, you're in heaven.
Well, I mean, I'm not in heaven because
Because you don't like the music.
Yeah, but I'm not I'm not complaining or anything about it. But I'm just like, no one's standing and she can see everything.
Right.
When the big band comes on, everyone's standing, and she's able to see only because she's small enough where she's seeing through the cracks in the people. She's seeing everything. She's got her phone out, her iPod out, and she's able to record and take pictures with it. I am only able to watch the concert.
You're watching somebody's ass because you haven't stood up.
Well, yeah, no, I didn't stand up, but I did watch a lot of the concert solely off a 3-inch screen on people's phones as they record it.
Oh, really?
Because everyone's doing this, so I'm just watching it on people's cell phones. I'm watching it.
Right.
And like I said, there's like not a lot of guys there, but the guys who are there, and including the guys who are in the bands, skinny jeans are huge in this age bracket or this type of music.
Like skinny jeans and high tops.
Skinny jeans and like brown like patent leather shoes. And the dudes all wear skinny jeans though. And skinny jeans to me, I'm like, that's the worst look for a dude.
Yeah,
is there a worse look than skinny jeans? And I also hate that look that like guys who are like into punk when they wear their punk rock. They have like jeans that only go up to a certain level, so you see a little bit of shin.
They're terrible. I thought you were going to say, and then you have the other, like the rap look, the saggy, like
that's that's more thuggish though and badass than skinny jeans.
Right.
Skinny jeans is tough to be anything but just like the biggest puss hole on the planet if you got skinny jeans on. In my opinion, I don't
getting any respect from you.
I don't like the skinny jeans look. And then we are in back of a 25-year-old dude who's there by himself. Because I heard him turn around and ask somebody else, "Are you here by yourself?" "I'm here by myself." I don't know why he was telling everybody. Who, when the main band came on, from the moment the main band came on till it was over, and he only has a little area. You're standing up. You only have so much room to do anything.
Right.
He proceeds to act, as God is my witness, as if he's on stage too.
He's dancing like crazy.
He's dancing like crazy, but he's singing. He's doing the motions. He was as if he was trying out to be a dancer on Broadway or something. It was
high
crazy,
kicking like a rocket and shit.
I couldn't believe it. At a certain point, although he would never been able to hear me, I wanted to be like, "Hey man, if you're going to dance like that all night long, can she just switch seats with you?" Right. But he never would have been able to hear me. It was so loud.
So loud.
Yeah, and she was able to see anyway, though. I could see that she was getting all the pictures on her iPod and everything.
Some artists have an issue with that. The people that come to shows
sitting
now.
Down?
No,
I got chastised. Not me personally, but people were sitting down and got chastised by the band.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're like, "Why are you sitting down?"
Yeah. Not my section. No one could see me because there were so many people sitting. But there was one dude up, I guess, some old dude. And like, why do you pick on an old dude? He's there bringing his grandkids or something, man.
Oh, really? So they singled him out and they're like,
hey, man. Hey, you. Get up. We want you to get up. Come on, you want to dance. They didn't chastise him, but they kind of coaxed him into fucking finally standing up and dancing.
Right.
And he
Did he look like you would think he'd look?
Yes. all the 13-year-old girls are like, whoa.
Like he's fucking rigor mortis or something. Oh my God.
They are. I cannot believe. Their place is packed. So this band is pretty freaking huge.
Yeah, I read about them last week. A lot of people would compare. They had compared "Courage My Love" to Paramore, like the same sort of sound.
They're inspired by Paramore.
Yeah,
"Courage My Love" is.
You'd say so?
I don't know. that's what I'm asking you. Would you say they're inspired?
Yeah,
would you say that they take some inspiration or some
Well, I think they flat out said it.
Oh yeah,
"Courage My Love." Yeah. I've never heard a Paramore song, so I don't know.
Right.
Is it something you put on your iPod or?
Probably not. It was. It was loud though. There's a lot of guitars. There's a lot of there's some ukulele though, which is weird. I thought
electric ukulele,
and some heavy drum beats, but no songs I recognize. But everybody in that arena was singing along with that stuff though. Really? Everybody was. Yeah, everybody had a great time.
I'm guessing 99.9% white people.
I may even go higher.
Oh, really?
Wow. I didn't think of it.
It could almost be 100% lily white.
I don't. No, actually, no. That is not true.
There were janitors there.
No, you know what? Now that I think that, that's not my mindset. I didn't even think of that until you said it. Now that I give more thought to it, looking back, maybe 80%.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And
it just strikes me as such like a white girl band. Like you say, I can't imagine many dudes being into it.
No, not a lot of dudes. I saw some parents though. I wasn't the only parent there in the arena. Sitting down. I looked around and I could see other parents there, but some of the parents were standing up. Like I just don't see. I know that no one is watching. That's what people think, that no one's watching you when you dance. You're wrong, because I was watching you, and I'm like, please.
Yeah, you're judging everyone.
I'm like, why are you dancing like this? Why are you so into? Like, I understand being into it. There's certain music I love too, but I could still never dance in public to it.
You wouldn't dance to Diamond?
No.
Diamond's like, get up, old man.
And then when you see some of these ladies were so old dancing to it and pumping their fists and everything, I'm like,
how are you into this shit?
Yeah, chill out.
Why are you having so much fun?
No, they told it was good. And then it was on one of those nights where everything was going right. The show's over at like 11:10, and
you took the train up, right?
Yeah, and I'm not making a great time getting out of the garden because there's so many people getting out, and I'm not really sure my bearings of where I have to go to get the train back. But we find our way back into Penn Station, and the train that we need to get leaves in 2 minutes.
The conductor's like, where's Walt? Where's this Walt guy?
So we find the track it's taken off of, and we jump on, and we get on the right train, and we get home, and, everything worked out. And it was a good night.
Nice, man.
Yeah, it was one of those nights that, I knew, I was like, something's going to go wrong. Something's going to go wrong. No, nothing went wrong.
Because it came so close to going wrong, a couple times.
Well, you know what? I mean, in my heart of hearts, though, I think that, even if we didn't get backstage, she still was gonna walk away pretty happy.
Yeah,
yeah. But I think meeting the band was way more than the anticipation. That, but it still would have been a good night even if we didn't, though.
Yeah, that's pretty young. What's the first concert you ever went to?
Whew. No, Asbury, Johnny Ray and the Asbury Park Dukes.
Was it? Who was that again? The Asbury. Southside
Johnny, yeah, at Great Adventure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was like 9. I didn't want to go see them, though.
They were there.
To be playing at Great Adventure when I was there.
You guys ran into each other.
And then my real rock concert that I was like, I'm buying this ticket. I want to go. Probably Wasp and Kiss.
Wasp, wow.
Yeah.
Where was that?
Wasp blew them off the stage too, because
they opened for them, I'm sure.
Yeah,
right?
And they didn't have makeup at this point. They were on their Animalized tour. And Wasp, and you could feel it in the crowd that Wasp did a better job that night than Kiss did.
Huh? That was at the Garden.
Meadowlands. Yeah. I saw Loudness and Motley Crue at the Garden. I think that's the only concert I ever saw there. No. And then we go see Kiss there.
We saw Kiss there, remember? Yeah. And we stood on the seats and we were chastised.
Yeah.
That was one of those concerts where you're like, seriously? I thought that's what you do here. You're supposed to be throwing chairs. We've stopped at standing on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was, and Kevin was supposed to go with us. And then at the last minute, he's like, yeah, I'm not going to go. You guys just go.
Yeah.
I went to I think it was the Philadelphia Spectrum. In 1982, I saw The Who, the farewell tour. Yeah. And it was, The Clash was there, the Hooters, Santana.
Oh, that's a big lineup.
And the Who.
How long did that take?
It was, oh my God, it was my aunt and uncle. My aunt didn't care. My uncle was enraged because I told him, I was like, I got tickets. I got 4 tickets, me and my friend Chris, but we didn't have anyone to bring us. Right. And we were only in 8th grade. So my aunt and uncle, who were definitely cooler than Pam and Edgar in terms of music. My mother listens to Christmas carols all year round.
Groban didn't exist at this point.
No, Groban didn't exist. And unless we were going to go to a concert that played talk radio, Edgar wasn't going. So my aunt and uncle decided to go, and we got down there, and it was unbelievable how many people were there, how badly the seats sucked. I mean, we were across a football stadium, from one end to the other. So
where'd you see that? The Spectrum is not a football stadium.
Is that and maybe it's what's the football stadium in?
That was Veterans Field, I think.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's no longer there. I don't think.
Oh, really? Wait, whatever. It was in Philadelphia, and I remember it was a football stadium.
Yeah, it was a football stadium. It couldn't have been the Spectrum. The Spectrum, I don't think, is there either anymore. But the Spectrum was the hockey rink.
Oh, so that was indoors.
Enclosed, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. This was definitely not enclosed. It was brutally hot. And I think I actually talked about this one other time, and
Somebody in the bathtub.
everybody was
or something.
wasted. Two guys in the bathroom. One guy grabbed me. He's like, "You're going to take us to the Packy store," and I had no idea what the fuck he was talking about. Later on, found out, of course, he meant package store. He's like, "You're 18. You can drive. I'm 13." That's why you don't let your kids go.
No,
they're that young, I guess.
But this wasn't that type of concert, though.
Nah.
No, there was no like.
Now, are they straight edge? Do they Paramore? Or are they like?
They have tattoos. Does that count?
I don't know.
Would that be considered like bad image?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. Well, that's the only thing that I like. A lot of the songs sound like dreaming and powering through and never giving up. And I feel like I'm alone, but I'm really not because I have you and. Yeah, that's the one thing. I was like, when are
that
they
25-year-old guy did not sing along with that song.
I go, when are they going to sing about outer space or fucking some monsters or
like Monster Magnet?
And before they came on, because I saw the band in their civvies. I wondered if that was their attire. because it was very, not very showy, like
Right.
like not the kind of thing you'd think that they'd wear on stage. So
Nobody had skinny jeans on.
So like this is how crazy and foreign and had the age difference or the type of music difference. So I said to my daughter, I was like, "Is that what they think they're going to wear on stage tonight?" And she goes, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Do you think that or do they have costumes?" And she looked at me like, "Costumes?" and she rolled her eyes and she's like, "They don't wear costumes."
Is that fucking Broadway, old man?
And I said, "I've seen a lot of great bands that wore costumes." I said. I go, "Actually, I prefer costumes." And she's like, "They don't wear costumes."
You're like, "I enjoy the pageantry."
Well, no, pageantry. Like Alice Cooper wears a costume. Kiss wore a costume.
Yeah.
Wasp had those bloody rotary blades.
Right. Where are the monsters is what you're thinking the entire time. What are you doing? Okay. Well, unplug it then.
Knock that recorder out.
Yeah, I know. Don't
You're
fucking
going to
knock
knock
our
that recorder out.
Unplug it from over there. See that thing? With that multi-tier? Yeah. Unplug it from there. There you go. All right. You going to watch TV, little one? What a nice kid. I got the word, Walt. Pre-2008, Haley Williams claimed straight edge. Post-2008, she drinks and curses to fit in and relax just like all her friends.
You can't curse.
I guess not. I didn't know that. I thought straight edge was like no drugs, no sex, and no alcohol.
I'm 2 to 3.
That's right. You can never go.
Cursing
You can
too,
never
then,
go full straight
if it's
edge.
cursing, then I'm really going to be hard pressed to remain hard. What's it called? Hard edged.
Straight edge.
Straight edged.
She does. I mean, I'm reading this off answers.com. I don't know that it's or Wiki Answers or something. She doesn't believe in role models.
No,
that's what she says. I know. I read on Wikipedia that I guess it was her and these two brothers, and I guess the two brothers were annoyed that she was getting the attention, and technically she's the one signed to the record label, and it's like the other band members aren't.
Oh,
so it's a whole like I guess kind of like a Gwen Stefani, No Doubt type situation.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the brothers left the band and then started some other band, which is just like, are you fucking nuts?
Yeah,
are you nuts?
When I looked at that crowd last night, I'm sure I don't know what the other brothers band is called. Is it Naked Brothers?
I don't think so. I mean, why? Because they can't even afford clothing now.
No, there's actually a band called Naked Brothers Band.
I'll look it up while we're talking. It's very rare that you get like, say, a Nirvana situation where Dave Grohl then goes on to form the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Or like Dave Mustaine leaves Metallica to form Megadeth. It does not happen that
Lightning
much.
rarely strikes twice in the rock and roll world.
Right. And you're, let's see, Paramore. Wait, what's going on here? For the band Paramore. They're from Franklin, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. They're from our good old pal
Maxwell, yeah.
Maxwell, you know what? I don't know if Maxwell still listens, but I owe Maxwell a gigantic apology.
Oh, yeah?
I forgot to get a shout out for him for the Cryptozoic Man pod.
A shout out? Why? What did he do?
Well, he was a part of the. He was, well, fuck, man. The people who proposed to who tried to pressure to get proposals on the air, they got shout out. They gave a shout out to us on it.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm missing something. You were going to give him a shout out for?
No. Remember we did the Cryptozoic Man? We had people come back from the past and be like, "Hey, this is."
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I forgot Maxwell.
Oh, wow.
I totally blanked on Maxwell.
That is negligent.
Yeah, but you know what? I made up for it though.
How's that?
He's on the Fiasco Pod.
Okay.
He's going to be like Uncle Jesse on the Fiasco Pod. He's going to like introduce the things.
Oh, really?
And give little Maxwellisms to what happened at the end of each segment. So when we do what's it called? When we do Saki to Ming, we'll have a little bit of Maxwellisms, a comment from him after it's over, the Conjoined Twin segment, and the One True Three. He'll introduce the pod, all the while saying that like that Declan was the one that showed me that like he got all butthurt on fucking online.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He was like, I can't believe I didn't get asked to do a shout out. I'm kind of upset by that. But you know what? It was I felt bad too when Declan showed me. But like, it was totally my error, totally an oversight on my part. There was no way on earth that I don't think he should not have been on that pod. He should have been.
Right.
Way more so than some of the other people, but I just totally spaced. But I'm going to make it up to him now. But I want him to acknowledge that he had to guilt his way onto the Fiasco pod.
Right, you fucking crying puss ass fucking bitch. It ain't fair, I'll tell you. It's interesting. I was going to ask you, I was thinking about Maxwell. A Jacksonville student was asked to remove his T-shirt because a teacher felt the word redneck on it was a slur.
It's going that way. I told you a couple of weeks ago. I said that's going to start to happen. White trash, redneck. All that lingo is going to become taboo.
It had a picture of the Duck Dynasty guys on it, or one of them, and it said "Redneck of the Year." I guess the school said that it was offensive. The kid was approached by an employee of the middle school and said, "Why was I wearing that T-shirt? It was a slur." I don't think so. I think rednecks embrace the word redneck. I don't think anyone is offended.
Yes,
White trash, yes. Redneck,
some
no.
do.
Most.
I don't think though. I think though, like if you're, like if I was driving in, like like if I had my dog tied to something in the bed of a pickup truck, and I had something, I was moving furniture or something, someone screamed at me redneck, I'd be upset that someone was yelling at that I was a redneck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're not a redneck.
Yeah, but someone thought I was.
I mean,
just because I was.
But that's more offensive from you then, because you're like, I don't want to be mistaken for a fucking scuzzy redneck.
I don't know. I just think that you get used to it.
Yeah.
It's going to happen more and more.
Yeah, I guess so, man. I saw that. I was like, oh, man. Like, literally, everyone now. Everyone is.
I tell you, I tell my, this is true, though, but I still do it from time to time, that I try to cultivate and try to convince my kids that we grew up as rednecks. Me and Grammy were rednecks. and they're like, what makes you a redneck? And I was just like, I don't know, we just did redneck things back then. Grammy wasn't always refined as she is now, I say. See, that was a little bit of me talking a little redneck comes out when I speaks about it, I say. And they're just like, they get so annoyed. And they're like, well, didn't mom come from the same town you come from? And I was like, yeah. She goes, well, she's not a redneck. I go, oh, she got a little bit of redneck in her. And they get so mad.
Does she go along with it, or she doesn't?
No, she doesn't go along with it, though. But they're like, I used to wear no shoes a lot. I said that was one of the biggest redneck things I did.
It's funny, that would annoy them.
Oh, they get annoyed.
Let's see. Paramore. Everything you ever wanted to know. Trying to find the...
I wonder how that's possible, though, that you signed just the lead singer and not the rest of the band. Because if the other band members are writing the songs and the music, how can you just have her be the decision maker or the person who signed?
I wondered if maybe she writes most of the music, huh?
I don't know, but that's kind of cheesy. That's just a way for the record company not to have to pay other people in.
Well, I think since she's a young, attractive girl, like that's the draw. Like if Paramore was three guys, probably
That's
they
all.
wouldn't
That's
be,
not right. What about equality? That's that's very sexist.
I mean, you're looking for quality in the music industry these days. Like, come on, man. In 2010, Jeremy and Taylor. Oh, I'm sorry. No, wait. Josh and Zach were leaving the band.
She mentions it, and during the show, she was like, "We didn't think we'd ever get to this point because a lot of things made us wonder if we would ever even be a band again."
Right.
So she did get into a little bit of the, without getting too specific, that there's been problems. And there was a point where I guess, but that was her way of saying, like, stick with it, kids.
Right.
You can do anything.
It's very, very positive music, you'd say. I thought it was emo.
With a little bit of emo, I think. Like, I'm so misunderstood, but yet I'm so positive. You want to still be misunderstood because if you don't have cred, if you're not misunderstood.
Right.
But yet you still want to be able to sell a lot of albums to teens, and parents love that positive aspect of the band too.
Right.
So, you got a lot of masters to serve.
I think you got the lyrics to a new song, dude. I'm so positive, but still I'm misunderstood. Half Noise.
That's a new band?
Wait a second. Hold on. It's Josh is the lead guitarist of the band Novel American. Okay. And then Zach
so the brothers
is the drummer for the band Novel American. As well as so they're both in another band also called Half Noise.
Well, I mean, let's get it this way. We start this podcast.
Okay.
And
the sexy one leaves to do his own podcast in Staten Island.
And only one of us is signed to do stuff. You probably would be just as happy as Josh and Tad, or whatever his name is, Zach.
Zach and Josh.
Yeah.
Well, it depends, because if say I was signed to do other stuff,
you
wouldn't give a fuck at all. You wouldn't care. You'd be like, good, I don't want to do that, no matter what it is. What about the comic book men? It might be a little different. Like, or even, you know who it would split up? I Sell Comics.
What if only one of them was signed?
Like Mike gets signed to do something, and they're
I think I swear to God, Ming is so positive. I don't know if it would bother him.
Really?
Well, at least outwardly. maybe he'd keep it all inside, but
he'd go home and take it out on Debbie Chen. He was. We did the other night, a couple nights ago. We did the Fiasco Pod, like we said, but we also did the annual Christmas show, which will be dropping at midnight on Black Friday on Bandcamp, I'm assuming. And there's a lot of good stuff in it. And the first Tell 'em Steve Dave radio play, which is going to be fully produced with sound effects and everybody doing parts. And it's pretty great. But you said it, and I thought it at the time, that there are a couple slams directed at Ming who couldn't be more joyful to read them and embrace it. And he honestly, like, you start to wonder if anything could offend him.
I'm sure everyone has a line. You haven't found
What's
it
his
yet.
line?
I don't think you found it yet, but I'm sure you will find it sooner or later. You're bound to.
I suppose, man, but it's strange. So you got that coming up, and then I may as well tell you real fast. Puppet Theater, Walt, they are going like crazy.
I think that one of our puppets may surpass in puppet popularity. It's growing. Like we're only probably a couple notches below Kermit,
right?
Howdy Doody, and Oogie from Uncle Floyd. Right now, that's who we've got to leapfrog to become the most popular puppets in America.
I say it happens in less than 2 weeks. TellHimSteveDave.merchtable.com.
That's where you
can
get
go there. Yeah. And it says pre-order. I don't know why it says pre-order, because he told me that they
started shipping them already?
that they've been shipping them, so they should probably take that down. But if you don't have the you know what, if you don't have the Puppet DVD yet, this is a good way to get it.
Like I said, man, nothing fits in your stocking more no more better present than a Tell 'em Steve Dave fan can pull out of their stocking is that Puppet DVD, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
I mean, what would be better in that stocking? Tell 'em Steve Dave related. Can't fit a vinyl in there.
Yeah, and you can't get the vinyl. Literally, it's either the DVD or one of the two shirts. That's all we got. I can't remember who read the for the Dukes of Hazzard. Who was the narrator? Was it Waylon Jennings?
Waylon Jennings.
It was. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
That we got our own little Waylon going to be. And speaking of the Fiasco Pod, that's going to be dropping for people who waited, which are probably 99% of the wonderful listening audience. I was able to get some more copies of number 2. I can say here right now, very limited if you want one. I told Brian to shut it down, but I was able to get some more. So if you want more, call the store. If you haven't ordered the...
did you do that because you couldn't get any more number 2s?
Yeah. So, but I was able to get some more number 2s. It hasn't shipped yet. I just was confirmed that I can get more 2s. So I can take a couple more orders, but it's very limited. 732-758-0508.
Selling briskly, man.
Selling very well. And if you just ordered it for the pods, you won't feel like you got cheated. If you ordered it because you want the pods and the comics, you'll feel like there's never been a better value in podcasting history.
Yeah, and you have to get, in order to get the pods, you have to get the books. Oh, yeah. And I got to tell you, like the other day, there was a point where I was like, what the fuck? It was over 2 hours long, the Fiasco pod.
Well, I think with some cuts, I think I told Declan
it'll be trimmed down, but it's definitely at least an hour and a half.
Oh, easily.
Easily. But as we were doing it, I'm like, I can't believe we still got to do the Christmas show. I'm getting tired, man. Sunday Jeff appears.
Oh, yeah. A special Fiasco guest appears. Like, you won't believe it when you hear who came to help us out and to help us in our time of Fiasco.
Yeah.
We also got a special guest on the Christmas, the Bandcamp Christmas episode that's going to be released on Thanksgiving evening.
We're not going to do what Walmart and Best Buy and Target and all those guys are doing. We're not going to release it at like 8 o'clock. We're going to stick with tradition.
I think tradition trumps a couple extra. I mean, what are you thinking? You getting a couple, like three orders that come in before midnight on Thanksgiving? I think tradition should win out. We just released at midnight on Thanksgiving evening.
What if we didn't do it as a digital file? We only put it on CD, and you had to line up here at midnight on Black Friday. How many do we sell?
Well, how many people do you think listen in the surrounding area? I don't think much.
It might be 0.
But going back to the Christmas one, we ran out of a lot of our favorite Christmas stories, so we brought in somebody who I know people are going to be like, oh my God.
And he didn't disappoint.
No.
The Christmas story is like, oh my God.
And is a special guest who's only appeared very sporadically on Tell 'em Steve Dave, came back out of nowhere for the Christmas episode and really brightened the mood up and kept it super festive. And people are going to be like, wow, I wish this guy was on every week. A lot of people have said that, though, in the past, though. They've wished for this combo.
Right. It is. It makes, it easly makes Ming's Christmas stories look jovial and happy.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, Ming looks like he grew up in the Pat Williams household.
Not Pat Williams. Pat Boone?
No, Pat Williams.
Who's Pat Williams?
Look it up.
Right, I'm going to learn something today.
Yeah, I'm sure, you know what, but I guarantee you, though, that you just like a lot of the other listeners, like, who the fuck's Pat Williams?
Right. Is it a sports guy?
No.
Yeah? Let's see. Pat Williams. Composer?
Look, Pat Williams Christmas.
Okay, Pat Williams. I looked on Pat Williams.
People are like, there's, I'm sure, I want someone with honesty to be like, I fucking knew who he was talking about.
Okay.
There's no one, I'm sure. That was
no one.
No one. That was.
Who is he? He's just a singer.
Maybe I said it wrong. Let me see a picture.
I mean, here's Patrick Williams.
No, Pat. Let me see. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, London.
Hold up.
You're so slow.
Yeah, I know.
How, man?
I don't know. It was going to IMDb. Hit back.
Go back.
This guy?
Type in Williams Christmas. Maybe I got the first name wrong then. We can, Declan, cut this. Make it don't look like it fucked up.
I know. We look like
I knew what I was
jerks.
talking about.
Yeah, it's like no wonder nobody fucking knows what you're talking about. Are you talking about Andy Williams?
Andy Williams, that's
okay.
it. It makes Ming look like he grew. Let's cut all that and I'll go out and let me start again.
Good.
Yeah, those stories make Ming look like a... Those stories... Oh, fuck, man, now I'm acting. Yeah, our special guest stories make Ming's Christmas look like he grew up in the Andy Williams household.
Was that a very good household to
Well, I'm sure like 90% of the listener base is like, what? A lot of the listener base probably wasn't alive when Andy Williams?
Andy Williams,
when Andy Williams was at his peak. At his peak.
60s, right? 60s.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. He ended.
I YouTube some of those Christmas specials.
Mm-hmm.
They're like stepping into a world that I so badly just wish I lived in.
Nobody's wearing skinny jeans.
No one's wearing skinny jeans, and everyone's. It's just like America was better.
You think, huh?
Yeah, world was better. Not just America, the whole world was better.
What was better about it?
Nobody was like. There was no internet. Everybody trying to get noticed. Everybody trying to fucking shove their views down everyone's throats.
Yeah.
You know?
Everybody with their fucking opinions.
You know, things. Family values.
People like Quinn need more than one podcast to fucking.
Just family values. I think were legitimately a real agenda for a lot of people.
Well, that's like going back to what we talked about last week, which I'm sure you didn't hear because the file was completely fucked up. This is our new equipment. So hopefully this is going to sound good. Well, we got our new Zoom recorder / mixer. You plug the mics directly into it, and it records right onto.
Looks good.
Right onto this. Yeah, we got a whole new setup. We're bypassing the mixing board.
Unfortunately, looks mean nothing in the podcasting business.
Yeah, it's all about sound. Thank God, looks mean nothing in the podcasting business. But that girl, the girls that dress like the Twin Towers and the girl who dressed like the Boston.
Yeah.
It does seem that people were probably, I mean, I can't say for sure, but you just have to imagine people were more sensitive to, like, people aren't just, like kids and younger people, they're just not sensitive to shit. Like they just throw anything out there on the internet and you don't see an immediate reaction a lot of times or any reaction sometimes. So there's like this detachment, you know?
Right.
And so you go out as a Boston Marathon victim thinking it's fucking funny. And then
you just want attention.
Yeah.
You just want attention.
Yeah. It is. There's a lot of fucking attention whores out there, man. You know, watch Comic Book Men every Sunday night.
Hey, Dak, can we go out with a little Andy Williams? Did we get in trouble for that?
I don't know. He's dead.
Is he dead?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. More bad news?
Poor Andy, yeah. It just seemed like...
Well, I'm sure there's an estate. Like, you just can't play Elvis music because he's dead.
Yeah.
Just a couple seconds, Dak.
Little Moon River.
To get people... No, something Christmassy.
Oh, Christmassy?
I feel
Okay.
sad now because that's what he was known for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he would have his whole extended family come around yearly for these Christmas specials that were like... They were the #1 rated television shows in the world at that point.
Really?
Until the Super Bowl started.
There were 3 channels.
But look that shit up, man. Can you imagine that? The whole country, that was the #1 most viewed show for a point in American history until the Super Bowl started and then MASH.
Then people are like, fuck Andy Williams, man.
No.
We could win some money, watch a game. Ooh, he got divorced.
Yeah.
Is that
his wife killed
oh my God,
a skier. Yeah, Spider.
Wow, you know a lot about fucking Andy Williams, dude. This is weird. Except his fucking name, ironically.
Well, I watched PBS last year had a marathon of Andy Williams specials. And my wife at one point was like, "Why are you watching this? This is unbearable." And I was just like,
was it super boring?
It was so like to me it wasn't boring, but to anybody on the face of the earth would have been like, this is like cave paintings for as far as entertainment goes. Because it's so sad. It's unbelievably just like there's nothing like there's a laugh track, but no real funny jokes.
Yeah.
They dance a lot and they sing. and it's
like more vanilla than vanilla extract. Yeah,
but to me that vanilla just I smell it and I just want it, man, so bad.
You want it back, huh?
Yeah.
Williams met French-born Claudine Longuet when he came to her aid on a Las Vegas road.
Yeah, well, you know who did you know how I know about it? It was also because on the ID channel they did a documentary on her.
Mm-hmm.
She got off, but pretty much with the help of he came back to save her.
Get out, really?
Yeah, Andy Williams came back and because to testify on her behalf, and they felt like they think the jury was swayed because he was so popular at that point. That she got away with murder.
They got divorced in 1975. Then she was charged with fatally shooting her boyfriend, alpine skier Spider Sabich.
The Stones did a song about it, and they had to remove it because they were threatened with a lawsuit.
Really?
Yeah.
Williams played a public role in the subsequent events, escorting her to and from the courtroom, testifying to her character at the trial, and providing legal assistance. She claimed the shooting was accidental and eventually received 30 days in jail.
Yeah. You know, the world now, like, obviously, now that's the charade was exposed.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, his family was not what it was presented on those
Kind of
Christmas
like Bing
specials.
Crosby.
Kind of like every fucking person that's fucking alive. You know, like everyone's got their skeletons.
Michael Landon.
Everyone's got their kooky uncle. Everyone's got the wacko. Everyone's got the family member that they don't want the rest of the world to know they're related to. You know.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as.
I don't know who you could be talking about. My family, but.
I hope you don't take offense at that.
No, not at all. Yeah, Bing Crosby, man, wasn't he like he would fucking smack his kids around and shit? It's weird, man. You can't believe any of it, right?
Certainly not. I mean, but you can't believe anything on television, though. I mean, going back to when the first fucking time someone switched it on. Till the last ever presented broadcast. Don't
Complete
believe
bullshit.
a word you see or hear.
Yeah, you're fucking right. Oh my God. I'm looking at Bing Crosby with 1,077,900,000 movie tickets sold to his movies. I guess when you take all his movies.
It's crazy how popular these people are.
Holy
and
shit.
yet we hold up on a pedestal Lady Gaga.
Well, at least she has some fucking talent. I mean, I'd say more like Kim Kardashian or,
okay, all right.
You know, like people who do nothing. Like Lady Gaga is at least a talented musician. She does something, you know. It appears musicians have always been held in high esteem, you know, by people. Now it seems obviously a lot about money rather than music. But
I'm sure.
Yeah, like
been that way.
you see who people were like who were role models back then, or people looked up to them,
or artists
versus
who
now.
are bringing in big bucks.
Right? Yeah, I always love it when I see a movie try to stunt cast somebody like that movie Battleship, like they put Rihanna in it, and I'm like, who the fuck is going to a movie because like, oh, Rihanna's in that? Like, give me a break. You know, take it away from somebody who could actually do a good job. I don't know. Fuck Bing Crosby and fuck Rihanna.
All right.
I was waiting for you.
Oh, that was it? I thought we had commercials.
Yeah, we do. Hold on. Let me, wait a second.
Can I tell you about Hulu Plus?
Sure.
I just saw a commercial, a real commercial
Mm-hmm.
on the real television broadcast.
For Hulu Plus?
For Hulu Plus.
Uh-oh.
All right, is there Hulu?
I think
Is
there's
there Hulu?
regular Hulu.
What's Hulu Plus then?
Hulu Plus gives you more access. That gives you
But is Hulu the same
unlimited.
thing? Is it the same thing? You just
no,
watch
Hulu's
TV?
free, so it's like you can't watch near as much. Hulu Plus is $79 a month. It's better. You get 2 weeks for free. HuluPlus.com/TESD. You know, if that's your thing. But you saw a commercial, huh?
Yeah, and the premise of the commercial was like, know before your friends do what happened on your favorite television shows.
What?
Did they release can you watch TV before it airs, like episodes that haven't run yet? Can you watch them before anybody else does?
I didn't think so, but
They should do that then. That's how they'd really get a lot of customers.
Hulu Plus?
Yeah, they should. they should get episodes that like next year's Walking Dead.
Right.
Just show it on Hulu Plus. They'd fucking rake up.
And don't you think AMC would be like, well, how do we win?
Well, the word of mouth.
Yeah, Hulu Plus is like, well, that is a good idea, I suppose. If we could convince the networks to do it.
But I'm telling you, man, like if that's how you want to make, if you want to become like the biggest provider of internet television, get The Walking Dead before anybody else does.
Mm-hmm. Including their home network, yeah.
Don't bother like trying to like shill on a fucking podcast to try to get people. Get The Walking Dead a year before AMC shows it.
Oh, even a year before?
Think about how huge that would be.
I mean, if you give it, if you
Give
were
it some
like,
thought, though, really, though.
if you did Hulu Plus, like, so let's say Hulu Plus had it a day before, that I get. A year before, it's like, it's been torrented. Like, everyone's seen it. They're like, they may as well just produce it themselves then. That would be a rough partnership. I think AMC would be like, I don't know. I mean, we're winning with them. I don't know why we're going to give it to you guys.
I think I should be on the board. I
don't disagree with that.
I don't think that. I don't think you should scoff at that idea. I think I should be allowed to throw that out there at the board of directors.
There are no bad ideas,
right? I sat there at the desk, and they're like, "What do you got? What ideas you got? We need to really bump up the subscription level of Hulu Plus."
Right.
I'm like, "Hey, Walking Dead a year before it hits television,
basically before it's even been made." I mean, I don't think they hold on to him for a year.
Well, let's just tell the people that they're going to do it so they sign up.
Okay. Oh, and then you don't come through?
And then what you say? Program is allowed to change.
Right.
You know?
Like people are like, wait a second, I'm confused. So season 5 is out before season 4? What the fuck is going on here?
If you put in the Tom and Steve Dave code, the TSD code, you're going to get Walking Dead season 6.
Oh yeah, we're promising you that. So go to huluplus.com/TESD, and you could be the ultimate spoiler because you're going to see.
You're only going to get it if you put the Tell 'em Steve Dave code or TESD code. You'll get to see first.
Yeah.
Walking Dead season 6, and they haven't even made one. What's it up to right now?
I think it's at season 4 right now, but season 6, they have it now. So if you sign up, you just go in there and you can watch it.
Are we allowed to say this, or are they going to be like, "What's good"?
I don't know.
I mean, our listeners aren't. I mean, we're not talking about.
I think our time is limited with Hulu Plus anymore, anyway. So. Go on the Hulu Plus. It's awesome.
And like I said, if you're looking for that Walking Dead season 6, program is subject to change at any given notice.
Yeah.
You know, things happen.
We're just reporting the news. We're not making it, man.
Exactly. I mean, programming changes constantly on these big platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a platform?
Yeah. Nice use of the word, man. It's vernacular, bro.
huluplus.com/TESD.
Walking Dead season 6. They just want me to read this one, so I'm just going to read this.
All right, go ahead.
So maybe you've got a great idea for a business and want to start selling your products or services online. Maybe you're an established business owner looking for new customers, or maybe you're interested in starting a personal website. No matter who you are, GoDaddy wants to help you kick ass online. Right now, GoDaddy is offering .com domains for just $1.99.
Hey, real quick.
Go on.
What happened to .net and why is it like
.tv, .xxx,
Yeah, whatever happened to that? That never caught on?
It is weird, isn't it, that if you have a .net, you look like a douchebag.
Right,
but .com, you're the man.
Yeah, why is that? Is that like why did that never catch on? And like, who gets to choose that? Like, can't I just come up with my own? Like, I want to make it. I want to have .walt, and then everybody has .walt.
I don't know. I don't know who
like,
you would see about that.
What do I gotta do? Is that like something I just gotta like
maybe write a letter to the president,
or maybe I gotta sign up to GoDaddy and be like,
I don't want any of these.
.walt.com is now.
Well, let's see if Walt.com is available.
No, it would have to be .walt.com. www.walt.com.
www.
Or I'll sell people .walt domain names.
Okay, because right now Walt.com is taken.
But what about .walt?
It's a tech PR and social media communication, or whatever the fuck that means.
Wouldn't it be just like selling them like land on the moon? Nobody really owns it. Can I just say I own .walt?
I mean, just as much as we're saying that we own fucking Walking Dead Season 6 to give away. Why not?
Is .walt.net.com taken?
Walt.com is taken. Let's see if we.
No, you're not doing it right. Because I want people to like. If let's say Brian Johns, let's say tellhimstevedave.com. We want to make it tellhimstevedave.walt, and that's how you get to it. No need for .com anymore.
Right. I'll tell you what happens.
I've obliterated that.
Okay. So tellhimstevedave.walt.
Right. I know it's not going to happen because I haven't.
You haven't put it into effect yet?
Yeah.
It's weird. Oh, you know what it does? It goes right to Google and gives you like search listings.
It's just stealing my business, Google.
I guess so. It's you against Google now, man. Oh fuck! Already you're locked in.
I never gave them license to like direct people away from all my domain names.
Holy shit! Do you know how much money you're going to make when you sue them? It's going to be nuts.
GoDaddy.
Yeah. Wait a second. I got to read this last sentence. It's go time. Start your website today. Visit GoDaddy and enter promo code TESD to get your $1.99.com. Some limitations apply. See website for details.
And why? Who makes the rule that it can only be 3 letters? .3 letters.
I don't know, man. You know what? I mean, depends on how much longer you want to talk. But I
don't.
No.
Forget it.
Maybe I'll do a little investigation for next week. We could find out why .com. See, if Ming was here, he would know.
I'm sure somebody will tell you online.
Yeah.
Some nerd.
The domain .com was used as one of the first set of top-level domains when the domain name system was first implemented for use on the internet in January 1985. We were in 11th grade when this shit was going on, man.
And no one knew. No one knew, man. It was the .com craze was going to happen. But the bubble is bursting. Oh, yeah. I think the internet's on its way out.
Andy Williams is coming back.
I'm telling you, man. It's secular, right?
Cyclical. Yeah.
I mean, things are in for a while and then they go out of style, and eventually all this internet, like that's what everybody was talking about at the concert last night. They're like, you can catch us online anytime. You know, like the crowd goes crazy. Like when she
online.
Said, yeah, and I'm like, eventually kids are going to get tired of that.
Yeah. They're going to be bored.
They'll
by
find
the
something
internet.
different.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be .walt. That's what all the kids are going to be into.
What's the last one?
And the last one's Audible. audiblepodcast.com/TESD. If you go there, you can get our book. You can get any book you want for free. It's I think it's 2 weeks for free, and then
no, it's just one book for free.
Right, 2 weeks for free, I guess, like to choose your book or whatever. For whatever reason, they say it's 2 weeks for free.
Oh, okay.
And you get a free book, and then you're involved in whatever the club, and it's like bronze, silver, and gold, something like that.
What are you talking about?
When you sign up to Audible, it's like once you sign, you can quit if you want after you get the free book, but if you stay signed up, you get one book a month or something. I don't know. It doesn't say how many
of your
Audible
choice,
spots
or
we
they
have
just
left.
send you a book.
No, of your choice. They got like fucking 500,000
books,
like
man. Columbia Record House where I was getting fucking docking CDs, and I'm like, I didn't fucking order this.
No, that's like if you don't remember, you have to send your card back.
Yeah, what a fucking pain in the ass.
My mother joined a book club. Like I remember when I was young, every fucking month the books would come, even though because she would never send the card back, And I remember Columbia House, like you would sign up under fake names.
Oh yeah,
and then they would send you the CDs, and then
No,
how
do
could
you
they?
think
How
Audible
many
has faces with those kind of problems of fake people signing up to get free books?
I doubt it because, one, I don't think people want books as much as like CDs and music for free. But
Audible is a spoken word books, right?
Yeah, it has to be so much more difficult though to get the file than a physical DVD. I mean, a physical CD at the time.
Are you crazy?
Yeah, because
you got so many email people. People I see that people have.
Oh, you mean can you sign up for free a bunch of times?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you still have to put your credit card down.
Oh, yeah, you can only use one. You can only use one credit card.
Yeah, so unless you have a bunch of different credit cards.
Doesn't all of America have multiple credit cards?
I guess so, for the most part. I mean, I don't know if but I mean, if people are like, no, I have to cancel fucking 17 different subscriptions.
Well,
I don't see how I got over on them.
That's how I got a lot of CDs back in the 90s I didn't want.
Yeah. Yeah, you could get a book about Dawkins if you want. But anyway, if you go to audiblepodcast.com/TESD, and you can get a free book. And if that free book is the Tell 'em Steve Dave Fairy Retail Theater, so be it, man.
Yeah, I don't know if we pimped this hard enough, but yeah, we have a real spoken book. It's basically just like a podcast, but with a lot of special sound effects. Sunday Jeff is there. We
dissect some of the most beloved fairy tales of all time.
And it's got some really great reviews on the Audible site.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people, it's people. I think people don't. Shouldn't we tell people also to review on iTunes too?
iTunes?
Yeah, does that help us?
I don't think do we have anything on iTunes?
Aren't we on every week?
Review the podcast.
Does that help?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We have a pretty good reviews though. I think we have like 5 stars.
Okay, so
except for a couple dickheads. I think Maxwell went on and gave us a bad review after you fucking forgot him. So yeah, go ahead, man. Christ, week after week, why are we being bothered with this shit?
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.